You know why Bernie's been killing it, knocking it out the park, knocking the cover off the ball? You know, why he's been doing all of that. What's been going on between the other people in the field has been funny. Hell, let's call it really what it is. It's carnage. What you've been watching, guys, is the political version of 1917, the movie. It has been bad. And they should almost put a censored rating just on like the conversations that are happening between Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Mayor Pete. For a little taste of that, I give you this.
Heading into tomorrow, as Sanders battles expectations, the moderates have been battling each other.
We have a newcomer in the White House, and look where it got us. I think having some experience is a good thing.
The way that we win is to offer a new voice, a new perspective, and leave the politics of the past in the past.
The politics of the past, I think, were not all that bad. So I don't know what about the past of Barack Obama and Joe Biden was so bad.
The biggest risk we could take at a time like this would be to go up against that fundamentally new challenge by trying to fall back on the familiar.
He's been the mayor of a city smaller than the city we're in now. And so what has he done? Who has he pulled together? Does he know any of the foreign leaders?
He did try running once in Indiana statewide, and he lost by over 20 points. And that's just a fact.
Today, though, it felt as if some of the candidates toned down their criticisms. My colleague Kristen Welker spoke to Biden this afternoon and asked him if he was worried his attacks on Buttigieg in particular may have actually backfired a bit.
Not at all.
Buttigieg may have backfired?
It didn't backfire at all. Look, what I did, I responded to his attacks on me. He said, basically, Barack Obama and I didn't do much at all. The problem started before this president became president. We did a pretty good job.
Are you concerned there's too much infighting?
Yeah, but from the beginning, look, you've covered this from the beginning. Who has had more attacks sent to them than anybody in the race by a factor of 5? Me. Because I've been the front runner, remain the front runner nationally. I got a target on my back. There are certain things you got to clarify, though. The constant assertion, like Bernie saying, I have baggage. I have baggage because of a vote he picks. Well, talk about baggage. I mean, he's a good guy, but let's be realistic. I'm just responding to the assertions and attacks that have been made that, in fact, are not accurate. They're not true.
You're not leading nationally anymore, Joe. That's you used to be. Yeah, no, you used to be. Not anymore. You've done what you've always done. You've gone down in the polls, sir. You've hit dirt. You've collapsed. You've caved. You've careened. You've cratered. You've done the Biden, which is very similar to a Hillary. It's not good, man. It's not looking good for you. One thing is for certain is that Biden's not going quietly. In fact, there was an article in Politico that Sanders glides toward primary day as moderates brawl. And the brawl they are, Johnson. We're talking haymakers, people going inside the house to get kitchen sinks, literally, and throwing them at one another. It's been a all-out fight.
That latest Boston Globe tracking poll shows Bernie Sanders pulling away from his Democratic rivals at 27%, Pete Buttigieg at 19%. But as Joe just said, Amy Klobuchar making a move up 5 points after a strong debate performance on Friday. She's at 14%, with Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren tied for fourth at 12%.
So you went to an Amy event last night, John Heilman. You said it was over 1,000 people, the most intense that she had. And I'm having people come up to me. I've had several since we've gotten here saying, watch out for Amy, watch out for Amy.
They're hearing it. I think if you thought about this weekend here, the candidates that really have been on the move have been Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar, and they both have, all over the state have been drawing big crowds. Klobuchar last night, this event in Nashua, biggest crowd that she's had at any campaign event of the entire cycle. 1,100 in Nashua, and it was a high energy affair. She feels it. She said to me, I talked to her after, I said, what's different between Iowa and New Hampshire? She said, I'm here. In Iowa, I was
also, they count votes.
Well, that's true.
In New Hampshire.
But
this is nice.
That's true.
I like it when they do that.
But she's, a retail politician who really felt the pain of being stuck in D.C. for the impeachment thing. Yeah. And now she's here on the ground.
Yeah. It's just so excited I can be about someone who did 5th in Iowa, who may possibly, hold on to your seats, Johnson, she may come in 3rd in New Hampshire. And then that'll be it. There'll be nothing else. She'll go back to 4th or 5th in Nevada if she's still in it. I think she will be because this gives her life. Then she'll tank again back in South Carolina, back to 4th or 5th, or maybe even 6th or 7th. And then it'll be over. It'll be Super Tuesday, and we'll be like, see you later. Amy, thanks for playing. And only in a neoliberal world such as the one that we reside in here in the United States are people trying to make her such a thing. Are they trying to build up nothing out of something or make something out of nothing? We're talking about a situation where we got a candidate that's milquetoast. And don't get me wrong, they're milquetoast guys too. A lot of them already got kicked out. Amy's on her way out the door, as is Joe Biden. But Joe Biden's going to stay around because of name recognition. Most Americans still don't know who Amy Klobuchar is. Do you realize that? They're talking about a candidate. Most people don't even know who she is. They're like, who is a Klubadaba? A crowbar in the jaw? A Klubadaba? A Klabadar? A Kabatar? So anyway, back to Biden and Buttigieg. They're slugging it out. It's just getting heated up at this time. I think that somewhere along the line, Biden realized that, who's taking votes from me? It's that Buttigieg bastard. So let me go at him. And you thought that Biden was going to hold punches. You thought Biden was going to go quietly. Well, you got another thing coming. Biden put out an ad going at Buttigieg, and it is classic Johnson.
Barack Obama called Joe Biden
best vice president America's ever had.
But Pete Buttigieg doesn't think much of the vice president's record. Let's compare. When President Obama called on him, Joe Biden helped lead the passage of the Affordable Care Act, which gave health care to 20 million people. And when parkgoers called on Pete Buttigieg, he installed decorative lights under bridges, giving citizens of South Bend colorfully illuminated rivers. Both Vice President Biden and former Mayor Buttigieg have taken on tough fights. Under threat of a nuclear Iran, Joe Biden helped to negotiate the Iran deal. And under threat of disappearing pets, Buttigieg negotiated lighter licensing regulations on pet chip scanners. Both Vice President Biden and former Mayor Pete have helped shape our economy. Joe Biden helped save the auto industry, which revitalized the economy of the Midwest, and led the passage and implementation of the Recovery Act, saving our economy from a depression. Pete Buttigieg revitalized the sidewalks of downtown South Bend by laying out decorative brick. And both Biden and Buttigieg have made hard decisions. Despite pressure from the NRA, Joe Biden passed the assault weapons ban through Congress. Then, he passed the Violence Against Women Act. And even when public pressure mounted against him, former Mayor Pete fired the first African-American police chief of South Bend. And then he forced out the African-American fire chief, too. We're electing a president. What you've done matters.
Oh my God, man. Ooh. Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh. It's one of them delayed punches, bam. And you forget you got punched and it's woo! Man, that's gonna leave a mark, baby. Goodness gracious, Joe Biden, boy. It's almost as if Joe Biden doesn't respect Pete. It's almost as if he doesn't value Pete's contributions to the people of South Bend. Yeah, I was saving the world and you were saving for a rainy day. I was out here fighting tuberculosis and polio, solving the riddles of society and humankind, and you were putting together a puzzle and learning the color in the lines. I was cleaning up the Middle East. You were avoiding having to clean your room. Wow. Man, that's funny. That is hilarious. That is good. Oh man, in the endings? Whoo, whoo, that's gonna resonate with the black voters right there, Johnson. I mean, not all black voters, but most black voters, they hear that. They hear that Pete Buttigieg fired the first only black police chief and then fired the first black fire chief. He might go from getting 2% black support to back to -2. He might go from getting 3 black voters to back to no black voters, people he make up. Because he made up the endorsers list. Remember that? Jesus, man. Whoo. And meanwhile, while they're doing all this commotion in the ocean, Bernie Sanders is chilling. He's chilling like a villain with a lot of money raised, ready to go on to Nevada. Now, don't get me wrong. We still got to do New Hampshire. We still got to play this out all the way. Let's party like it's 1999 some other time. Right now, we need to work like we're 10 points behind. But it does feel good, doesn't it? Watching them eat each other alive like this. This is a beautiful thing, Johnson. Beautiful thing.